Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. What we have here is a new Lockwood cylinder with spool pins and the LW4 Lishi tool. Now I'm just going to demonstrate it for you. Basically, without this tool, it's a lot harder. And I'm actually going to decode these keys here. We're just going to put them there and we're going to put something on top of them. Let's just put that on top, okay? So they're out of the way. This is just one I pulled off a job the other day. Well, I pulled it out of a lock, basically. Now, I did try doing this before without the vise, and you know, the lock really needs to be fixed. If you're going to do this, you can do it in your hand. In actual fact, I might do it in my hand and see how long it takes me, because we've done it other ways before. And focus would be nice. Focus. Okay, there we go. All right, so what do we got here? All right, there's my tool, there's my thing. Let's start this. Okay, I'm going to do it in my hand because a lot of time you're doing a rekey and you don't have the key, and we're just going to pick it. So much harder in your hand, but that's okay. Now you can reverse the tension on these tools as well. It is a lot harder. There we go, picked. See, picked. Alright, so let's have a look. So that was less than a minute, 50 something seconds. You can actually reverse this tool as well. This has a little Allen key here, you can flip it out. A lot of the time when you're on a door, you get a bit to be able to read it if it's left hand side. One of the things I don't like about this tool is they didn't make a right handed side one, which means that if you've ever got to use it right hand side, you've got tension over here, which is pretty cool, but then you've got to actually go blind, which, you know, with a little bit of practice you can do. But the news is that they're discontinuing this tool, so buy up while you can. Is it worthy of any sort of locksmithing tool? I say 100% it is. Out of 100, what would I give it? I'd give it a good 95. And the only reason I wouldn't give it the extra 5 is because you can't see the numbers from this side. If they'd made a different version, I would have bought a left and a right. And even if they cost me 200, I would have paid it quite happily. Because as you see right there, we've just picked a spool cylinder, and it took us under a minute without needing to drill the thing open. Now, not everybody has this tool, not everybody can use this tool. I understand that, and I don't judge any locksmith the way they, you know, open up their locks. You know, different locksmiths have their own ways of doing it. I've spoken to locksmiths who have been doing this for 60 years, and they say if I see one of these ones with a laser, I just drill it out because it's the quickest way in, and that's fine. You can do that, but I love this tool, and you can pick them easier than you can with a hand rake just by using this tool. Sorry, I'm just struggling here with a shitty screwdriver just to get this circlip off without dropping my pins, so that I can show you actually what's in this cylinder. I wish it would just do what I want to do. Let's try an unconventional method. Get off. There we go. Okay, now follow in. Pins jamming the base. Okay, sorted. Okay, so they're all our top pins. Agreed. There's our key. Agreed. They all look good. Yeah, cool. Moving on. Okay, pins. Lots of them. Spool pins, 5 in total. That's really hard to see. Really hard to see. We can't even zoom on this camera. Anyway, they're basically pins with a slightly larger lip on the top and the bottom, creating that spool effect. Now we go through and we key it up again. And I do have a special tool for doing this too, which is the Lightsaver, which is on our website. And you know what? Although we make them, and I've got plenty of them, the one that sits on my bench is not here right now, and I've got enough light, so it does make it a lot easier. I've got too much shit on my bench, and I've done this too many times to worry about it as being a problem. Okay, that there, boom, it's back. So yeah, I really love my Lishi tool. Very sad to hear our market in Australia is not big enough for them to continue on manufacture, and they probably made a batch of it. Now they've sold the batch or whatever, they probably won't do it. If these locks were sold around the country, they'd probably, around different countries, they'd probably be, you know, used more. Now let's just look at our key now. So there's our bidding on our key. Can you decode individually on this? I'm going to go for my first one. Yep, I got a 6 on the first one. If you can see that key above me. I got a 5 on the second, or maybe a 5-5. And I got something like a 2. Yeah, that's consistent. By actually picking the lock and then decoding, you get the correct key. You could go through and actually decode each and every one and then actually cut yourself a key. That is a possibility. But you know, it's all up to your own technique. I like to pick it, and you can pick it with the snap gun as well. Pick it with a snap gun and then go through this Lishi Decoded. The purpose of this video is not to tell you how to pick, is to actually talk about locksmith techniques as far as making a key, because that's where the skill is in. I had, there we go, picked again. Now let's go through and decode. Okay, I got a 5. I got a 5. I got a 2, 5, 5, 2, 2, 1. 5, 5, 2, 2, 1. And I don't know about you, but I reckon that's pretty dead smack on the money. I can cut a key right now, leave this lock on the bench and test it. Let's do that. 5, 2, 2, 1. Let's just hit. Oh, see? How lucky is that? Let me just put some cuts in this. Decoded 405. Keep break in. 5, 5, 2, 2, 1. And give it a puff. There we go. Alright, so I've cut that key to 5, 5, 2, 2, 1, as long as I haven't forgotten my combination. I'm going to check it over the top of the other key. Looks perfect, looks spot on. Now let's check it in the lock. Oh, look at that, perfect. So, picking with this tool, awesome. Decoding with this tool, awesome. Picking and then decoding, awesome. Picking each one and decoding each one by one, possible. Sometimes a little bit more tricky, but possible. So if you've got a really hard cylinder and you have to do it that way, you can use clippers like this, and perhaps you know, work out what the first couple of cuts are, cut it, and then work out what the rest are, cut it. See, it's just one of those tools that you can do so much with. The only bad side about it is there's no writing on this side. It's only more of a left-handed door type tool, and it would be nice if they designed it on the other side. Leave your comments down below about the Lishi. I think it's a rock solid tool. If we've got any left, there'll be a link down below. You can order it from there, and thanks for watching.